Escape the dungeon!
Hello, everybody. This is Escape the Dungeon, the podcast where we ask you to join us as we explore the world beyond the world's oldest role-playing game. My name is Mike Cripps, and I will be your host and game master, and I am joined by three stellar players. Zach Brass.
That's me.
Dom Brass.
That is me.
And Nate Brass.
Hi, Internet. That's me.
Each season, we will be playing a different tabletop role-playing game. This season, we are playing Scum and Villainy, a Forged in the Dark game, published by Evil Hat Productions. Guys, we were chatting a little bit before the show about how we were going to start the show. That's just how the sausage gets made.
See, I just want to make it clear, by the way, to everybody listening, he never actually warns us. This time we made him. We actually changed the whole thing because we were like, absolutely, you should see some of the outtakes for the bad rambling that has gone on in these intros. Like, you know, we needed some goddamn warning.
And when I told you my idea, my brilliant, funny idea, Nate was like, I don't want to do that. I don't want to talk about that. That's
exactly what I said. How did you know? How did you get the accent down?
The accent, my guy.
And what I wanted to talk about was moving and how much it sucks because I've heard Dom and Nate, you guys are moving out of your place soon.
Yeah, that's totally rock and roll and awesome and totally
everybody loves that.
Nate, why did you just pee all over that idea?
I'm sorry. I don't generally like this segment of the show. I'll be honest, okay? I sit here and I'm very quiet. You guys do most of the talking. I don't love this segment. Can we move to the next person?
What do you mean? You don't love this segment?
I never have. Listen to the unedited episodes, Mike. You guys talk and I sit here. Going, I don't know what to say. This isn't what I'm here for.
Nate, this is how the audience gets to know us as people. Don't you want them to form a parasocial relationship with us?
Yeah,
no, when you
they
put
either
it like
think
that.
I'm funny or they don't. I don't know.
Oh, man. I think this segment is going great.
10 out of 10, Mike. Keep doing it.
So yeah, what do you guys think about moving?
Well, I wanted... what's the biggest headache that you're dealing with?
Their senile landlord.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's a lot of nonsense, and I don't super want to get all into the details, but yeah, I'm not happy about things, and I'm not stoked about moving right now, but it's like at the point where I'm like, no, we have to move.
Well, I wanted to tell you guys a story. A story I'm not sure I've told you guys before, but it's the story of when I moved to Chicago. And I think this will hopefully put things into slightly better perspective for your own moving situation, because this was a nightmare. From where we lived in Pennsylvania, from Allentown to Chicago, that was probably supposed to be close to like a 13 or 14 hour drive. I don't have Google Maps in front of me. I don't know. You look it up.
I think it took Ben and I about 11, 12 hours.
Yeah, in that ballpark, right? And I had to decide before I came whether I wanted to try and do that in one day or split it up into 2 days. And ultimately, I decided, let's just knock it out in one day. Bam, Allentown to Chicago. The mistake I made here was that I decided to move and drive this way in the middle of January.
Nice.
Here's a little secret that they don't tell you. In the Midwest, which is where Chicago is, tend to get a lot of snow in the middle of January. And so the first half of my drive was totally fine. Pennsylvania through the middle of Ohio, half the drive totally fine, no issues. I stopped to get gas. I'm filling up my tank, and it starts snowing as I am gassing up. And I'm like, snow. Who could have seen this coming?
What? Snow in January in the Midwest?
Freaking wild, dude.
And so I made the trip with my buddy Cedric. Shout out Cedric.
Let's
You
go,
probably
Cedric!
saved my life and or sanity that day. But I look to Cedric and I say, it's starting to snow. Do we want to stop maybe and find a hotel to stay for the night and then finish this up tomorrow, or do we keep going? And Cedric just shrugs his shoulders. And so I'm like, okay, we're going to keep going. And so we make it through the rest of Ohio, and it's totally fine. It's snowing a little bit. Then we cross the border into Indiana, and it's like we're suddenly in
Christmas Town.
Christmas Town. Yes, thank you, Doug. But Christmas
Fucking
Town
nailed
if
it.
it had like no civil service, because
Nice.
the roads are immediately terrible. There's potholes everywhere. The everything is just in horrible shape. The snow
Sounds like
starts
Pennsylvania.
coming down 10 times worse than it was, 20 feet back in Ohio. So in Indiana, we're suddenly in Christmas Town nightmare version. And we are on one stretch of road that is like 200 miles to just get through the other side of this godforsaken state. And it took us like 6 hours to go 200 miles. And by the end of it, I'm like white knuckling the steering wheel. My eyes are bloodshot. I'm like screaming because I'm just like going insane from how slow this is moving, from just the endless flat whiteness of it all. I can't believe I retained my sanity during all of that. It was the slowest I have ever moved in a vehicle. I swear.
That sucks, dude. That's really tough. Like, not a fan. I'm sorry, man.
And like every 20 feet, I'm thinking like, okay, do we stop now? Do we stop? Do I find a hotel? Do I stop? Do I stop? And I couldn't stop. I couldn't stop, guys. I couldn't make myself stop.
All right. It's okay, Mike. Hey, we're here for you, okay? I know it's a lot.
And so I finally get to Chicago, and I get to my new place, and I basically collapse like as soon as I'm inside. Where I'm like, I never want to do this again. So that's my moving story. I hope it's only like as as bad as that for you guys as you're moving into your new place.
Thanks, dude. That means a lot. I mean, it's kind of actually
That sounds
fucked up.
kind of mean.
Yeah.
Third is bad. Wow.
Yeah, I guess so. But, I still appreciate the gesture.
There was also the time I helped a friend move into his new place by his grad school. And I was so excited because a friend of mine from college, he was going to be close to where I used to live. And I thought, oh, we're going to hang out all the time. And I helped him move. And then we went out for pizza. And then I never spoke to him again.
That's classic right there.
So there you go, folks. You guys ready to play?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Welcome to the Procyon Sector! With the aid of a new friend, our heroes have delved into the depths of Lithios in search of an artifact that now lies within reach. Unfortunately, that artifact sits in a vault, in a temple of ice, owned by the Agony, a cult of maniacal mutants. Will Crash, Cypher, and Gorpheus be able to secure the treasure unnoticed and escape to the surface? Or will the Agony show them why they're called the Agony? Join us as we continue the tale of the Phoenix 13.
That's a good one.
Gorpheus, you have taken your crystal sword, held together purely by your command of the way, and you have started to hack a hole in the side of the thick ice walls of the Agony's chantry at the bottom of a pit of a frozen waste of a planet. You have now cut through, and you see that there is a medium-sized gap in the wall that one by one you might be able to start squeezing through. You peer into this hole, and you see the vault of the Agony. You see that there are strange artifacts that litter the place, floor to ceiling. There are walls, there are display cases, there's, dozens upon dozens of strange baubles and orbs and, dodecahedrons. But there are also cages in here, cages that are filled with strange beasts, including a wonknickel, that horrible Xeno beast that you fought back on the surface. What do you do?
I duck back to the squad.
Okay, guys, so we're in. Do we want to do like a sneaky sneak? In case the monsters start yelling as soon as we enter? Or, do we want to start with our sneakier guys, I guess is what I'm asking. Or I could just, run in there and we'll see how it goes.
Well, I think we should obviously try and start off a little sneakier. And, just do what... But yeah, maybe your ghost would be a good idea.
The ghost? Ooh. I don't know. I mean, we just did that. I don't know. I've never done that before.
Oh, okay. Well, I just thought that was one of your things now.
I mean, maybe. But I think now we're at the point where we've scoped it out. Now it's just getting in. Also, who's going to open the vault? I mean, Crash, you could do that, right?
Well, I'm pretty good at breaking things open. Yeah, that shouldn't be a problem. I stole the classic hover bike, didn't I? I bet that was way more protected. That had lasers.
Yeah, and if I recall, you rolled all sixes and it was great and nothing bad happened, so...
I don't know what that means.
Yeah, right, fair.
It's just an expression.
Rolling straight sixes.
There's probably a dice game in the Procyon sector that you want to roll a bunch of sixes on, so yeah. It makes sense in canon.
Bro, get on my level. I'm inventing canon.
I thought you were a gambler. How do you not know that one?
Just to clear something up for you, you guys are in the side of the vault. That's the room that you have cut a hole into.
Oh, we've cut a hole into the vault. Oh,
Yeah.
Those critters
that's right.
are in the vault.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The vault is it's a mix of treasure vault and zoo or, kennel or something.
That's right. Okay.
I imagine that Orpheus is the one we want to grab the magic object so he doesn't get, fucked up by it, right? You have the way, so you...
Yeah, in case it has some kind of weird reaction or something.
Yeah.
Lysia is peering into the hole that Gorpheus has carved, and she says, "The question is, though, which of these is the artifact that we need?"
Oh, shit.
Well, which one's calling you? Isn't that how we got here?
I want to use. Okay. Are the critters? Are they making noise?
They are like starting to rouse. It seems like maybe they're sedated to some extent, but your disturbance here is like some of them are starting to sort of move and lift themselves up. And they're not like barking or howling or anything, but they seem mildly agitated by your presence.
Shit, okay. We gotta do this quick. Let me see if I could use my way powers to figure out what the artifact that we're actually searching for is.
Lysia like places her hand over your little hand, Gorpheus,
Nice.
and she just says, "Be careful, Gorpheus. There is much potent way energy in there. It is interfering with my sense of our artifact, and some of the presences in there, they are dangerous, Gorpheus."
Worry not, Lysia. We are professionals, and I promise you, we will uncover this artifact and get the heck out of here before those crazy mutants start attacking us.
She nods and squeezes your little hand, and then steps to the side to, give you full access to the hole that you carved.
Okay, so I am going to walk in, reaching out with my little itty bitty hand to feel my connection with the greater eternal universe and try to pinpoint the artifact that I seek.
Sure. I am going to need an action roll from you here.
Probably a tune, but is there anything else I can use? Ooh, I could try study. Let's go with a study.
Yeah, I think study makes sense here. Give me a risky standard study roll. Actually, risky limited. There's a lot of interference here with other way signals getting in the way of you.
Roll the 3. Let's go.
You rolled a 3. That's what I love to see, because on a risky 3, things go badly. The consequence here is that you're going to end up in a desperate position, and this is how. So, Gorpheus, as you are starting, you have to like squeeze your way through this hole that you carved. With how thick the ice walls were, even with your crystal sword, you couldn't really make a just direct doorway. It's sort of just like a gap that you have to shimmy your body through. And so you pull yourself through, and there's just so much in here, and you take a moment to center yourself and to try and find the one artifact that you are looking for here. And you're studying the room, you're looking at everything that's in here, but you're taking a little too much time. And the xeno beasts that are in here are starting to let out low growls and whimpers. A few quiet, small barks or signs of saying, "You're not welcome here, get out." But beyond all of that, you hear a voice rise up, a human voice in the vault here. And it sounds meek and quiet at first. And it says, "Noro, is that you, my lord? Have you come to release me? I promise you, Noro,
I have been doing as you have said. I have been giving it time. I have been allowing the adjustment to take hold.
And you see that there is what looked like a beast in a cage, just a pile of furs, starts to rise off the ground, and you see that there is a man in a cage back here. And you see that he is looking up and around the room, and he stops his face directly at you.
Oh shit.
But Gorpheus, you realize that he does not have human eyes. It looks like his eyes have been forcibly removed from his head. And in their place, two strange, inhuman xenobeast eyes that are like purple and glowing slightly sit in the sockets.
Oh,
He's squinting at you as if he can't quite make out who is there. And he says,
Please, Noro, please allow me to rejoin the congregation.
silence! Good, just, chill out, okay? Stop looking at me, it's creeping me out. You will rejoin the congregation soon.
Please, Noro, please.
Very soon. But you must heed my words, child. The process, the adjustment, is still taking hold. If you force it, you're gonna mess it up, and you won't be able to see right, and we'll have to kick you out.
I am going to need an action roll from Gorpheus here.
Let's go. I'm gonna do a sway.
Yeah. This is going to be a desperate, limited sway roll. Because,
Easy.
spoiler alert, you don't really sound like Noro right now, whoever this Noro might be.
I rolled a 4. That's something.
It's not a 3.
That is something. That is a serious complication. And a serious complication on a desperate roll, this is straight from the book, y'all. That's going to be 3 clock segments ticked on the agony awareness clock. That is going to bring you to 7 out of 8.
Oh,
Okay, are you done playing games, Dom? Mr. I'm gonna study.
As you speak, and this man with these newly implanted eyes sort of like gives a quizzical look as he listens to you, and those animals in the cages are just getting more and more irritated by your presence here. Things are looking bad. It sounds like, especially with these animals, you're mere moments away from them just full on freaking out and getting the entire Agony's attention on you. Crash and Cypher, you guys can see Gorpheus flailing. Is flailing a good word here?
I think so.
You see him flailing. What do you do?
Gorpheus, my man, are you alright? Chill out.
I help. Shit.
Noro, you sound strange.
Sorry. I have something stuck in my throat, and honestly, I don't really need your back talk right now. Okay, you're the one hanging out in the cage because you need to adjust.
Noro, you're needed over here. Then I walk away and start looking around just at stuff that seems magical. That's all I'm doing. I don't know what it is, but I'm gonna try. I'm gonna look for the coolest, most mystically magical looking thing.
So you have entered the vault as well then, Crash.
100%.
Cypher, how about you? What are you doing?
Yeah, I'm gonna enter the vault.
Okay. So the three of you have entered the vault. These animals are getting really agitated. The guy on the cage in the cage seems subdued somewhat by Gorpheus. At least enough to like not freak out about this. And he's like rubbing his eyes and like, maybe you're right, Noro. I swear I'm seeing triple right now.
Ooh, that's not good.
I want to hit him with some knockout drugs. Sleeper dart on this guy.
Yeah, make an action roll for me.
I'm gonna scrap.
Yeah, this is going to be a desperate, great scrap roll because you can just knock him right the hell out if you succeed on this.
Got a 3.
A 3. That is the worst outcome.
Oh god.
So, Cypher, here's what I'll say is gonna happen. And remember, you can resist this if you would like. You fire your sleep dart at this guy, but it bounces off the bar of the cage. Your aim just isn't good enough, and it ricochets, and it hits the wonk nickel in the cage, right in the side of the neck. And you're an expert in wonk nickels, Cypher. They're your favorite Xeno beast. You watch Wonk Nickel Week all the time.
Every cycle.
And you know that your standard knockout drug is only going to make a Wonk Nickel angrier. You need a special concoction for that kind of beast. And that was not the kind that you just fired.
Is there a door in this room?
The only door is the one that leads to the congregation, yeah.
Is it openable from this side or only the outside?
You don't know. You haven't tried.
I'd like to try.
Okay. So as you realize that you were just making the wonk nickel angrier, it starts pounding its big gorilla hands on the side of the cage. It lets out its terrible noise, which our audience knows because you've made it a couple times. And the shark head just starts gnashing its many teeth. And it is mere seconds away from breaking out of this cage. Cypher, you desperately run over to the door that leads to the chantry proper, and it swings open at your touch. And you see that standing in front of you, behind a pulpit, is that very, very freakishly tall person. This man whose arms and legs bend in way too many places, whose neck is far too long, and whose brain matter is literally protruding from his skull. Behind him, at the far end of the room, the agony. Countless mutants, freaks, and cultists, filling pews, hanging from the ceiling, hanging from walls. And their eyes all immediately turn to you all. That is the last tick of the agony awareness clock.
Damn, it really is a whole ass circuit.
I would like to shoot at the lock on the Wonk Nichols cage and let it out, and then start shooting at the Wonk Nickel to try and like get it coming after me instead of my friends.
Yeah, for sure. You don't even need to shoot at the cage. This thing bursts free on its own, just from pure rage that it is feeling. And it starts thrashing around. You are gonna try and distract it Give me an action roll, Cypher.
So I'm gonna try and lead it towards the door. I'm assuming still desperate.
Yes.
What is my effect?
What skill are you using?
Scramble.
Ooh, desperate. Limited. There's just so many bodies you gotta move through.
Oh, God.
And make sure that you are marking XP for these desperate rolls, guys.
Fucking bad. Alright.
What did you roll?
It's a 1.
A 1. Again, that is the worst outcome. Cypher, you start running through the chantry, and the Wonknickel does start chasing after you, but the Agony members start to swarm towards you too. They know that you are a threat upon their sacred temple. I am going to start another clock here. I am going to make this the biggest size clock there is. This is a 12-segment clock. And I am going to mark 3 segments from that to put you at 3 of 12. And guys, this is going to be a very, very bad clock if it fills. I am calling this clock overwhelmed.
Okay. Alright, no more bad rolls, guys. That's it. We got him out of our system. Now he's got the nasty clock.
Okay. I guess I have to use my force powers, my way powers to try to locate this object.
Yeah.
Did I see anything cool?
I mean, this room is full of cool stuff, Crash.
Alright.
Does anything stand out as particularly cool?
What's the coolest thing you can imagine?
A Wonknickel.
3-headed dinosaur.
There is a statuette of a 3-headed dinosaur.
Alright, how big is it? Is it, like, carryable for Crash?
Sure.
God damn.
Yeah, okay, so Crash is gonna try and just snag the 3-headed dinosaur.
You don't want to try to grab something that might be the thing we need?
Well, I don't know what that is, so I'm trusting you on that, and I'm taking our bonus.
Cool.
You reach out to it, and Lasaya just shouts, "No, don't touch anything you don't understand!" But you are dead set on reaching out for this thing, and you can almost feel it connecting with you mentally, spiritually, emotionally. I need an action roll from you here, Crash.
I don't know, to take it?
Yeah, it is doing something with you. It is doing something to you as you are trying to grab it.
Okay. All right. So I want to try and, with my other hand, just whip my other hand out and shoot it, because I see that there's some bad juju going on.
Okay. What action are you going to use?
I guess I'll say that's a scrap.
Sounds good to me. This is a desperate standard scrap roll.
You got a devil's bargain for me? That doesn't involve the clock?
Ha ha. Sure. Here is a devil's bargain for you. You can protect yourself from this one strange way infused artifact that is trying to do something for you. Do something with you. But there is something else in this room. There is another presence here that is going to latch itself onto you in this moment of distraction.
Fuck it. Sounds fun. That's a crit.
That is a crit. Yeah.
What a wasted crit.
you reach out for this 3-headed dinosaur artifact, and everything in your vision starts to look like gold, shimmering, beautiful. And you can almost hear this little whisper in the back of your mind, Crash, this little dainty little whisper that says, "Yes, Crash. Yes. All the riches in the world will be yours."
Oh yeah, baby.
But you realize it's a lie, and so you destroy the artifact with a shot of your blaster. but you still maybe feel a little strange. We'll have to deal with that consequence later. Gorpheus, Cypher, I mean, the agony is dropping down on you, that there's dozens that are going for the vault door. You haven't got the artifact. You need to get away. What's going on here?
I am gonna try to figure out the artifact using my way powers.
Okay. Give me an action roll.
Gonna do an attune check.
Yeah, this will be desperate limited.
God damn it.
I'm gonna give him an aid action.
Okay. How do you think you can aid Gorpheus here?
I am going to continue blasting at the Wonk Nickel to draw it towards these guys to try and give him a little bit more time.
Sure, just keeping the attention on you, giving, even if it's milliseconds more, to Gorpheus to try and do that. So you will take 1 stress, Cypher, and Gorpheus, you will get an extra die on here. Would you also like to push yourself or take a devil's bargain?
Nah, I'm good. So I got 3 6s, which I don't love, but is that like a super crit?
It is not a super crit, and in fact, the devil appears.
God damn.
It's me.
Too many
Satan.
6s! Too many 6s!
I'm in this game now too.
I should have known my nemesis.
But Gorpheus, you locate exactly where the one artifact you seek is. You calm yourself. You focus only on the feeling of the green crystal that is in your chest, the one that your small hand normally covers. And you know that by focusing on this, by meditating upon this, even in this horrible situation, the truth can be revealed. And that crystal begins to glow with warm, comforting energy. And Crash, you are still in the vault room. You see that underneath a pile of coins and statuettes and orbs and baubles, green light starts shimmering in the gap between those treasures.
Huh. Well, this is either another trap or it's the thing we're looking for, so I'm gonna take a gamble here. I just dive in there and try and find it.
Dude already almost got minus touched, and now he's jumping into treasure.
And it's glowing treasure, too. If anything, it's even more suspicious.
And as that happens, the Wonk Nickel makes its way to Cypher, smashes him down, and the light of Cypher's virtual face turns to black.
What?
As Cypher reaches 9 stress and begins to reboot.
Oh!
Oh my god. I didn't realize you were that close. To pull back the curtain a little for our listeners, what just happened is Cypher maxed out on stress. And when you max out on stress, your character is done for this job. They cannot continue performing. They go unconscious, they run away, something happens, they are effectively removed from the current operation. And so Cypher goes to hard reboot. And you just watch Crash and Gorpheus as you look through the doorway. You just see the Wonk Nickel and all of these members of the Agony start to swarm on top of Cypher until they are just disappeared in a sea of violence.
What? What? This is really stressful.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why it happened.
God, you're right. Damn it. Okay. Jeez. Okay. Okay. So I run up to the artifact and I grab it.
Cypher!
Yeah, so Gorpheus and Crash, you start digging through this way treasure, no regard for what might be happening with it. Like sparks of electricity fly off as you touch certain things, and there's strange noises coming from others, but you push it all aside. You see at the bottom of this pile a green crystal that is carved in the shape of a key. And it is glowing the same green glow that your crystal is glowing, Gorpheus.
Oh shit. Okay, let's grab that. And are the cages in here, are they made of metal?
Yes.
Cool. I want to try to use my psychomagnetic powers. Sorry, let me retake that. I want to try to use my psychomagnetic powers to take all the bars and the cages and just like ripple them together and like shove them together and compact them and then shotgun blast it out into the little church scene.
Effectively killing all the creatures plus that one guy with the weird eyes that are inside?
It doesn't necessarily have to kill all the creatures. Like, I'm mostly actually removing the bars.
Gotcha. So, okay, let me put it this way, just so like I can visualize what you're visualizing. I think the only real way to do that would be to either crush the cages as they are so completely that whatever is inside them is destroyed, or to remove the metal so much that you are effectively freeing everything that is inside.
Yeah, the latter.
Okay, you want to free everything. You start drawing on your psychomagnetic powers, and you draw all the metal. These strange xeno beasts start running around the vault back here. That guy is just like, Noro, what are you doing? I didn't know you could do this. And you start drawing that all together until you have formed basically a shrapnel cannonball that you go to fire. And I need an action roll here.
I'm gonna roll scrap.
This is going to be a desperate standard scrap roll.
Do you have a devil's bargain?
Yeah, I'll make this a pretty simple one. Things are starting to get crazier, things are starting to get more violent. I'm just going to kick up the heat after this job.
Easy. I'm doing it.
Okay.
All right. Let's save Cypher. Fuck! 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 I rolled a 3.
Oh my gosh.
A 3.
Are you kidding?
Again, that is the worst outcome.
This is the opposite of the last mission.
You start to throw this shrapnel cannonball with the way at this horde of mutants, right? And right before it makes contact, right before the ball detonates and explodes and can kill, half the horde that's in here, it just stops in midair.
Fuck.
And it's like vibrating. And you see, crouching down into view from above on the other side of the vault door is that tall, multi-jointed, brain protruding man. And he is clearly channeling the way. And his version of the way just might be more powerful than yours, Gorpheus. The shrapnel that you just sent shooting rockets back towards you. It goes underneath this guy's long, bendy legs, and it hits you right in the green crystal. And your green crystal shatters.
What?
shards fall to the floor. I need you to mark a level 3 harm. Shattered.
Oh my god. Fuck, are you kidding me?
Can I try to resist?
Yeah, you can try to resist. So you are going to roll one of your resistances, which is either prowess, insight, or resolve. And you are going to take 6 stress minus the result of your roll. I think this is a resolve roll.
Let's go. I'll roll a 5.
So on a 5, you will take 1 stress. And you are going to reduce that from a level 3 harm to a level 2 harm. And just write cracked.
Yikes. So that's fun.
This guy, presumably Noro, he is like peering through the doorway at you all. And you just hear this strange, unsettling voice. Well. What do we have here? New congregants? I can sense the way coming from you. Oh, you will make fine additions, won't you?
I want to try and shoot this guy.
Classic.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's a scrap. Let's be real here. I mean,
That
what
is
else
a scrap.
Desperate, presumably.
Desperate, definitely. Let me ask you this before I set the position. Is the goal here to harm this guy, or is the goal to create an opening so you can get away?
The goal is to create an opening so that we can get away. If that results in his head blowing off, obviously it's the most opening we can have.
Okay, so that will be a desperate standard. This guy's not taking any defensive measures. Desperate standard, a scrap roll.
You got any devil's bargains for me?
Here's a devil's bargain for you, sure. Between the passenger that you've already picked up and this guy's way ability, you'll take a level 1 harm of just mental feedback.
Not doing that. But you know what I will do? I'm thinking I'll push myself. That's 2 stress, right?
That is 2 stress.
Yeah, we'll do that. I'll push myself.
What's that put you at?
I have 2 left. 5.
That is a 5. You blast this guy, and he stumbles back. He's clearly not a very graceful person with his crazy long limbs, but Noro falls back. And as he hits the ground, he points back at you and just says, "My agony! My worshippers, get the intruders!" And a horde starts funneling towards you. I am going to tick off 3 more segments for a serious complication of the overwhelmed clock.
I want to use my psychomagnetic powers to try to pull Cypher towards us.
You want to use your what?
Psychomagnetic powers!
Yeah. You start trying to pull Cypher's body, but your cracked gem, your command of the way is not quite as potent now that this harm has happened to you. But Lasaya, she steps up and she holds your hand and she tries channeling the way with you. And Cypher's body starts getting dragged across the floor of the chantry towards you as the horde starts to descend upon you. I need an action roll from you here.
I'm gonna make an attune.
Okay.
This is so scary.
This is going to be it would normally be desperate standard. That would get reduced to limited because of your harm, but Lasaya is able to aid you with this, and I think that will increase it back up to standard. So give me a desperate standard attune roll.
Would that be at -1d because it's level 2 harm?
You're right. I'm dumb. That isn't lesser effect. This is a level 2 harm, baby. So we'll call it, to be fair, based off what I already said, desperate great with Lasaya's aid, but you do lose a die. So, we'll call it even.
Okay. Desperate, great, and I lose a die. Okay. Cool. We don't have any gambits left. We didn't roll any, no 6s on risky rolls, right, guys?
Gorpheus did roll a 6 on a risky study roll. Oh wait, no, it was a 3. But then right before, Gorpheus rolled a 6 on a scrap roll.
Oh, I did.
You did. So
you
do have one gambit.
Okay, that brings me back up to 3. Oh my god, I got a 6.
You got a 6. You did it. Between the two mystics here, Gorpheus and Lasaya, Cypher gets dragged across the floor and reaches you before the horde makes it to the hole, makes it to the vault door. You guys have the artifact. You have Gorpheus. You always had Gorpheus, baby. You have Cypher. The only thing to do now is escape. So I'm going to start a 6-segment clock. This is going to be just called escape. So the question is, which do you think you can fill up 6 segments of first? Escape or overwhelmed? Before we get to the answer of that, I want to cut to Cypher real quick. Cypher's circuit boards, I suppose we'd say. Cypher, you are not fully unaware of your situation, but you realize that you cannot act. You cannot physically do anything. You are stuck in a loop of rebooting. What is going through Cypher's mind right now? What is Cypher thinking?
Cypher is reliving all of their memories at once. Like between the last time this has happened and they've rebooted. Like just all of the kind of memory files all at once, and like some are kind of overriding others and being forgotten and just like clearing up space.
Clearing up space. Wow. This is when I would like to mention to you, Nate, that this is not the end of Cypher. Cypher will be back at post-credit scene. Cypher will return.
Yeah.
Cypher will be okay, but Cypher will be changed, because when you max out on stress, when you go catatonic like this during a job, when you do return, you have a trauma. And there is a whole list of recommended traumas that your character can develop. Things like cold, haunted, soft, unstable. You're going to pick one of those, and that will apply to Cypher from this moment going forward. And maybe the trauma is not even so much of dealing with the agony, dealing with the wonk nickel. Maybe it's this reboot, this reliving of all of this at once. So you don't have to decide now, but you are going to have to pick one of those by the next time Cypher acts. Crash, Gorpheus, and Lasaya are just trying to get away. Nate, I will let you deem what Lasaya does for the rest of the job. just so you are not out of the game as a player. But the three of you tell me, what's the plan here? How are you going to try and get away from this horde of zombies, basically?
Well, run and gun, baby.
Yeah, I mean, I'll take my sword out and slash away, but, even with 3 arms, I might be having to wield this with my little arm, because I gotta carry Cypher, and someone has the artifact, right?
Crash has it, yeah.
How big is it?
It's like basketball sized.
Okay, all right.
Okay, so I will carry Cypher and try to swing away at my sword at anyone who approaches. But yeah, I think you guys go through the hole first, and then I'm dragging us through.
To be fair and transparent to you guys, I think any kind of fighting attempt here is going to have pretty limited effect. You are just so outnumbered.
Oh, we're running. We're just shooting stuff that's immediately in our face and stuff like that, you know?
Yeah, but heavily focused on running and
Yes.
just trying to maneuver.
As Lasaya, can I make action rolls?
Yeah, definitely. So let's just use, for simplicity, a recommended starting mystic build. We'll call Lasaya a mentalist. So that means that she has points in Attune, Scramble, Skulk, Consort, and Sway.
Not bad, not bad.
So I'll let you keep that in mind for whatever you want to do here. What do you want to do as Lasaya?
Would I be able to use the way to pull down some columns and kind of create blockages behind us to slow them down?
Definitely. I think that's probably not Lasaya's strongest use of the way. She's more
Mind tricks.
mind trick oriented, but definitely is capable of that. So let's call this, I think I'm gonna actually upgrade you guys to risky now that you are out of the chantry and just trying to make a break for it. So let's call this a...
He just doesn't want to give us too much experience.
Look.
I'm Lasaya, I don't get experience.
That's true.
It's fine, we need those gambits.
Let's call this a risky standard attune roll. And she will have 2 dice for this.
Oh, she crit!
Oh, man.
Let's
go!
The savior of the
Fucking
mission!
Lasaya just looks at you all and she just says, I've always been awesome.
Yeah.
So you do get another gambit for that, so make sure that you mark it. So 2 6s, that is going to be a critical success. The book is a little vague on just how much I should reward you for this. It just kind of says you should get an additional advantage. So here's what I think.
I slow them so much that we gain pips back on the other clock.
You know what? Sure, I actually do like that. So I am going to give you 2 pips on the 6-segment escape clock for the success. And I am also going to remove 1 from the overwhelmed clock. So overwhelmed is at 5 of 12. Escape is at 2 of 6.
That was amazing. That's
was.
like getting 3 pips.
As Lasaya just pulls down columns of ice and stone in a better display of the command of the way than Gorpheus has ever done. And she just crushes members of the agony underneath these falling columns. And she looks so cool and so badass. And you all like her so much.
Cypher wasn't here to see it.
Oh my god! It's so true.
That's the best part.
So that's how Lasai is helping you guys escape. What is Crash gonna try and do to help escape?
If there's any dudes kind of in their front way, he's gonna like take his like stun baton and try and help them like drive through if they need to get through.
Okay. Give me an action roll. That's gonna be risky limited, because again, like anything you can do to like one guy is barely gonna slow these things down.
What if we try and like find like kind of wind our way kind of through and sort of lead them down the wrong path and then cut back to like kind of slow them down.
See, that sounds like a more effective way to try and escape from a horde to me. So yeah, what action skill are you going to use for this?
What about scramble?
Okay, we'll call that risky standard or risky standard scramble.
You got a devil's bargain for me?
You always want a devil's bargain.
Always look for more dice, baby.
Push yourself for once.
I pushed myself already, and if I do it again, I am gonna be in the same state as Cypher. So I can't. Like I don't know what to tell you.
Okay, devil's bargain for you. You slip on some ice and twist your ankle for a level 1 harm.
No. I am going to use that gambit you just earned. 6. Bam it. Damn, we got it back.
You
All right.
got it back. Okay, so that is going to be another success without complications. You are leading the Horde of the Agony through zigzagging paths down here at the bottom of the crevasse, if you will. We'll call that 2 more segments on the escape clock. You're at 4 of 6 compared to 5 of 12 for overwhelmed. Gorpheus, how are you helping your team escape from this horde of mutants?
So for the past couple sessions, we were getting that chanting through a psychic connection.
Mm-hmm.
Am I sensing any psychic connection still lingering between us and the agony?
No. Question mark?
Okay.
Now it's just more angry yells of a horde. Rah, 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 rah.
Yeah, but they're not like going in our head like they were.
As you carry Cypher, and his face, what is usually his face, just shows a loading bar and says, "Downloading updates, 17%, 16%, 15%."
He's got a rainbow spinning ball on his face. You're gonna have to figure out how to turn off like all of Cypher's notifications again, like all those settings that you had the way you wanted, but like are getting reset now.
He's gonna be walking around with vibrating all fucking week.
He's got an Australian accent now for some reason.
Oh my gosh, dude.
Well, that's the default one.
Don't spoil it, man. I'm gonna take my my crystal sword and start rotating the magnetic crystals in a way that creates a sort of propulsion fan effect, and I want to use it on the ice and snow around us, and like grind a little bit on the snow, and just try to create a bunch of like a snowstorm on these guys. I want to just create a snow machine and start shooting snow at these guys to kind of blind them.
I love that. Okay. Give me an action roll.
Okay, just because I'm so scared, I'm sticking with the tune. I'm sorry.
I designed this one this job to be like, Cypher's not going to be able to pilot a ship down here. You're gonna have to get some different kind of roles, and then Crash is still like, I scrap. Gorpheus is, I attune.
And I just killed myself.
I wanted you to come up with fun ideas like creating a blizzard.
Let's go. I think that's fair. It's like, hey, it was a cool idea, so is this risky?
Yeah, risky great, because I do like this idea a lot.
Let's freaking go, dude. I rolled a 5.
Okay, you do it, but there's a consequence. You do it, it would be 3 segments on the clock with great effect, but you only needed 2 to escape. So don't worry, you guys succeeded, you get out of the crevasse. But before you do that, Gorpheus, you are channeling your power of the way. You are causing your many shards of your sword to spin and dig and stir up the snow and dirt, and you're creating this vortex to trap the agony behind. You look at them in the moment before they are lost to the snow. Standing perfectly still amongst the horde is Noro, their leader. That horrible figure with the brain protruding out from his skull. And he is staring directly at you.
Oh no.
And you hear his voice in your mind. I have your fragment. And you see he raises a single shard of the green crystal. And he looks at it, and he just implants it right in the middle of his head, right in the middle of some exposed brain.
Dude.
We are connected, Gorpheus. I will see you again someday.
Oh dear.
And Noro is lost in the snow.
That's awesome.
And the rumbling of the charging agony silences as you create distance. And you are able to climb back up the ice cliff, back up into the daylight to your vehicles, and start returning to Solitude Colony with the treasure in hand.
Oh my god. Okay. Everyone's alive. So that's good. Or Cypher? What percent is he at?
62.
Well, he's getting there. We'll throw him in the corner, plug him in, get that charge going,
Yeah. We'll just get the charge going. It's gotta be fine.
It'll probably be all right.
Yeah, definitely. It's gonna be definitely great, and nothing bad is gonna happen.
Well, that's fine. I never get to pilot the ship anyway, and between you and me, he's probably only the second greatest in the pilot in the galaxy, if you know what I mean.
I mean, Crash, I'm gonna say 100%. Like, whether or not he's the best pilot in the galaxy, it is trademarked. And,
Yep.
the first guy, it ain't you. 13 ships.
Nonsense.
Like, you had a good
Look,
7 ships before
I've gotten
we got
a
on
lot
the road.
better. I picked up all his tricks. I see what he's doing different. It's hardly rocket science. I'm pretty sure I'm pretty sure I would have beaten Shaw's even easier, but it's his thing.
And I think at that moment, Cypher, you boot back up. As Crash is saying that he thinks he's a better pilot than you.
That is insane. I am Cypher, the greatest pilot in the galaxy. The galaxy.
Cypher, you're back! And you got a new speech impediment.
Well, I'll tell you what, look, you are the greatest pilot in the galaxy, but why don't you take a break, because you had a rough day. You got beat up by your favorite animal. I mean, that doesn't happen to everybody.
Yeah, are you doing okay? The operation went great, by the way. Nothing bad happened.
Except for, you getting absolutely pulverized. Thankfully, you're back. We're glad to see it. Do you need a new arm or anything? All of them working?
I think so. I got a little dented everywhere, but, everything seems to be moving fine for now.
We'll get you a new paint job later.
I think it looks distinguished.
Should we do that mission with, for the other guy? Or, does that matter?
I mean, we should do it.
Well, we're here, right? Or maybe we just sneak in there. Maybe he found it for us.
Yeah, maybe.
I checked I want to check the radar thing and see, where, what's his name is. I don't know why I can't remember it.
Razor.
I'm always like, Blade, that's not it.
Well, the tracker was on his ship, which is still at Solitude Colony. Lysia, walks up to you and she says, "May I see it? The artifact now that we are safe."
Well, we should probably get back to the ship before we're safe,
Please, I have been. This is what I've been seeking for so long.
There's a giant zombie horde. Do we have to do this now? We could go.
Crash, just, it's the client. Come on.
Yeah. Customer's always right.
And so you hand her this green crystal key, the size of a basketball. Or a pumpkin if you don't like sports, I guess.
Yeah, if you want something more vague to reference.
Sorry,
Yeah, there you go.
I forget that this is a TTRPG podcast and our audience.
So everyone listening is like, what? A basket? Huh?
By the way, none of you like sports. That's why you're listening to this.
She cradles this artifact in her arms like a child, and she begins to weep tears of joy, and she just says, we are one step closer to achieving our goals, to finding answers and the truth of what is out there." And she looks back up to you and she says, "I think it might be time for you to meet the rest of the cult. We need to go to Mem at once."
Yes.
At once?
Definitely.
Should we look for Razor first?
We
kind of have two jobs going on right now. I'm sorry. We gave you priority, but...
Well, you want your payment, don't you?
Oh, yeah, of course. We will be right on it. Let's just get to the ship, and we will get our supplies, and we'll be right out, right?
Yeah, let's get to the ship. That's the most important thing.
Hey, you guys are back at your ship.
Beautiful.
Hey, we're back at the ship. Okay, cool.
Oh, man, I miss this thing.
Back to the fun mission we were on. So, Zimbabwe the Razor, we were supposed to find this guy. Was this one of the planets he was supposedly maybe?
Yes, that's why Razor is here.
So here's the thing, guys. We could hang out here and try to, sneak up on Razor, or we could head to Mem real quick, knowing that Razor's ship is gonna, have a hard time getting off the planet because it's been sabotaged.
That's true.
But where is Mem? Mem is in a different star or, solar system. That's kind of far away.
We'll just quick. Lithios, it isn't that
Mem's
far.
2 jumps
Look.
away. That's pretty far, dude.
We have to go.
you're
Yeah,
right.
exactly. 2 jumps to get to Mem. I don't think we can leave Lithios while he's still here. Look, I'll tell you, look. Just tell her that we are having trouble with the ship. We need to go get some parts.
I'm right here.
No, we stepped into a little, huddle.
You always act as if no one can hear you when you're huddling. I'm standing 15 feet away from you.
Don't worry, Lasaya. This is all part of our system. It's just
Let me put it this way. Your Bra Rahim and I will be going to Mem. I invite you to join us if you would like to receive your payment for this. Our leader can provide that directly to you in person. Otherwise, she can wire the payment to you, but that might take time.
While she's saying that, I just want to try and yoink the key off her hands and throw it in her vault.
Wait. Wait, she said he could wire it, yeah?
Yes, I was under the impression that you wished to continue working for the Cult of the Seekers. I apologize if I was mistaken. She's looking mostly at Gorpheus. It seems you have much to consider. I was hoping that you wished to do more work with the Cult of the Seekers. The three of you are quite impressive. Your Bra Rahim and I will be returning to Mem as soon as we can. We must meet with the rest of our group so we can continue our research now that we have the artifact. If you would like, you are welcome to join us. There is more work to be done and more we can offer you. And she reaches into her robes and pulls out like a cred stick. And she hands it to you, Gorpheus. This is what we have for you for now. We are not a rich group, but we have some, and we are willing to share it with those who seek what we seek. Goodbye, Gorpheus.
Lasaya. I reach out my one little hand.
And she grabs your hand, and she gives it a little kiss. And she walks away.
You just gonna watch her go?
I don't know. I keep feeling like I want to do something, but it's like the credits are about to roll or something. I don't know, man.
Thank you for listening to Escape the Dungeon. Escape the Dungeon is created by Dom Brass, Nate Brass, Zach Brass, and Mike Cripps, with editing and original music by Tyler Nate. If you enjoyed this show, please consider subscribing and leaving a 5-star review on your favorite podcast app. To find us on social media, go to escapethedungeonpod.com.